This is very exciting. It's my first camping.
I think what you mean is it's your first time camping.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. When I get excited, I forget everything I've learned. This is lovely tent.
You really do forget everything. You need an article in that sentence.
An article? What do you mean?
You know, an article is either a, an, or the. So you should have said, this is a lovely tent. Now, I brought all of the equipment, the tent, sleeping bags, and all the things we need for camping. Did you bring the food as I asked?
Yes, but first I have a question. You just told me that I should say, it is a lovely tent. Then you said that you brought the tent. Why do I say a tent and you say the tent?
Because in English, when we talk about something for the first time, we usually need an article, a or an. So, the first time I mention this, it's a tent. Once we've already talked about it, it's not just any tent, it's now clear which tent we mean. That's when we use the.
So, first time, a tent. After that, the tent.
You got it. Now back to the food.
Yes, I brought an apple?
Well, grammatically, that's perfect. But if you only brought one apple for our whole trip, we're going to be very hungry.
Oh, so an apple is correct, but we need more than one.
Exactly. We use a for words that start with consonants. N is for words that start with a vowel sound. An apple, an orange, an egg. Can you remember all of the vowels?
Oh, yes, the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So I can say, I brought an orange, an egg, and an umbrella.
You won't need an umbrella. But yes, that's perfect English. Did you notice that I said, an is for words that start with a vowel sound?
Yes. Does that mean it's not just words that start with A, E, I, O, and U?
Correct. Some words start with a silent letter. The best example is hour. It is spelt with an H, but when you say the word, it sounds like it starts with an O. So we say an hour.
Okay, so I didn't just bring an apple. I brought an apples.
Close, but remember plurals. For plural, no a or an.
How about the?
No the either, with plurals.
Oh, I brought apples and lots of other food.
Perfect. At least I'm not going to starve this trip.
I think we need to get everything unpacked. You said that you brought everything we need. How about a plate?
Remember a means just one. We need more than that, or we'll be sharing a plate, so I brought plates. No a and add an s.
Oh, yes, I remember. So anytime I want to talk about more than one of anything, I just add an S to the word?
Well, not everything. This is English. And remember, I've told you many times, there are always exceptions to every rule. In this case, there are lots of exceptions.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, take me, for example.
More than one Oliver? I can't imagine what that would be like. But wouldn't I just add an S to Oliver and say two Olivers?
No, I don't mean me, Oliver. I mean me, a man. If there was more than one man, you would say men, not mans.
Oh, yes, and woman becomes women when it's plural.
Exactly. These are called irregular plurals. There are some that follow rules like foot.
Oh, I know this one. It's 1 foot and 2 feet.
Correct. So, the rule is, a noun with double O in the middle changes to double E in plural.
Oh, okay. So foot becomes feet and oh yes, tooth. Tooth becomes teeth, yes?
Yes, well done. There are some others, like words that end with F or FE.
I can't think of any words like that. Can you give me an example?
Yes, in fact, I brought some of these with me. We'll need them to eat with.
Oh, I know. Knife. You brought some knives.
Not quite. I brought some knives. You see when a word ends with F or FE, in plural, the N changes to VES. So knife becomes knives.
I'll try to remember that. What other irregular plurals are there? That's right, isn't it? You did say these are irregular plurals.
Yes, I'll give you one more now, and then we need to get everything unpacked. So, if a noun ends with a consonant, then a Y, like family for example, then we change the Y to an I and add ES, so family becomes families.
Oh, so that means country becomes countries. And we are here, camping, in the countries.
Ah, no Mila. This is the countryside. Some people might call it the country, informally. But really, country means a place like France, Germany, or China, an independent state.
Oh, sorry, I have heard people say many times that they are going to the country at the weekend. I thought that is what it is called.
No, as I said, people do informally call it that, but they are just shortening the word. They should really say countryside.
And how about money? Is the plural of that monies with an I, E-S?
No, remember what I said. That is for words that end with a consonant, then a Y. Money ends with E, which is a vowel, and then Y. Money is a word that stays the same whether it is singular or plural because it's an uncountable noun. We did a whole video on countable and uncountable nouns a little while ago if you're not sure about that topic. I recommend that you go back and watch that video. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. Okay, it's time to get unpacked. We need to eat and get some sleep. We have a long day of hiking tomorrow.
Hiking? What is hiking?
Well, it's walking, but walking in the countryside, usually following paths or trails.
Oh, okay. So we're going for a walk.
Let's just get organized.
I'm enjoying hiking more than I thought I would. And look at a waterfall. It's very beautiful.
It is, but why did you say a waterfall?
Because yesterday you told me that the first time we talk about something, we use a or an. Then when we know which one we're talking about, we can use the.
Ah, yes, I did. Well, that's true if there is more than one of something, but there is clearly only one waterfall here. So, if there is only one of something, you just use the.
Why does English have to be so confusing?
You'll soon get it. It's all about practice. If you keep asking questions and listening to others, you won't even need to think about how to speak. It'll just sound right.
Oh, is that a little duck over there?
No, I think that's a goose, not a duck.
Oh, really? You don't see many gooses where I come from.
Think about what I told you yesterday. If a noun has double O in it, what happens to make it plural?
Oh, hold on, let me try to remember. Oh yes, foot and feet. I've got it, the double O becomes a double E.
Correct. So more than one goose is not gooses, it's...
Geese.
Exactly. Now come on, we've a lot more to see today. Let's get moving.
I do love this time of year. Everything is so green.
Yes, me too. The beginning of the summer. Just when the spring is finished has to be the best time of year. Especially for getting out into the countryside.
I know. After the winter, when all the trees are bare, it's lovely to see all the leaves grown back.
Hold on. Did you just say leaves? L-E-A-F-S?
Yes, one leaf, many leaves. You just add an S to make leaf plural, don't you?
No. Don't you remember what I told you about nouns that end with F or F-E?
No, sorry, I must have forgotten. Can you remind me again?
Okay, the F becomes a V. Then we add E-S, so leaf becomes leaves.
Oh, yes. I remember now. Anyway, I was saying why I like it here. It's just so different from where we live. I like the city, but sometimes there are too many persons.
Right. Let's just pause again. Did you just say that there are too many persons?
Yes. Why, is that wrong? I've heard it many times on the television.
Well, it's not totally wrong, but if you've heard it on the TV, it would only be on one type of program. Just watch this, and you'll see what I mean. The word persons is really only used for the law. In places like this, if they don't know where people are, they might be called missing persons. Or if they think people have done something wrong, they will be called persons of interest. Apart from in the law, the word persons is almost never used.
Oh, yes, all of the programs were about the police or the law. You know, Oliver, you look very handsome in a suit. You should wear one more often.
Well, it's not really what you would wear for hiking, although I think Edward might disagree.
Oh, yes, Edward would definitely wear a suit for hiking. We must go and see him when we get back. We haven't seen him for ages.
We will. Anyway, let's get back to our plurals. There are some words that have no rules, they just change, and you have to remember them. Person is one of those, and it changes to people.
Oh, yes, of course. I remember now.
Now, here's an example that we haven't talked about yet.
What, sheep?
Yes, sheep. But is that one or many?
Well, many, I think.
Okay, so what do we call one?
I thought I knew this. And now you're confusing me.
I'm sorry. It is a bit of a trick question. We say sheep for one and also sheep for many. The only way to tell whether we mean one or many is you would say a sheep for one and just sheep without the article for more than one.
Oh, so it's the same word for both one and many? Are there any other nouns like that?
Well, if you're very quiet and look behind you, there's one there right now.
Oh, I know this animal, but I don't know what it's called in English.
It's called a deer.
Oh, so you can have a deer, which is one, or if there are two or more, you just have deer. Wait a minute. I've just worked out a rule for this one. Both sheep and deer have a double E in the word, so nouns with a double E in them don't change whether they're singular or plural. Is that right?
Let me answer by asking you a question. Do you remember when we stopped at the waterfall earlier and you looked in the water? What did you see?
Oh, yes. Fish. Lots of fish. Oh, lots of fish. You can say a fish or lots of fish, and fish doesn't have a double E. So my rule is wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. There's actually no rule for this one. Lots of nouns stay the same, whether you're using them as singular or plural. You just have to learn each one. As I keep saying, you just need to listen and practice your English regularly. It's the only way. All of the videos on this channel are packed full of not just grammar tips and vocabulary, but also conversation. That's so that you will experience the language and gradually build your knowledge of all of these exceptions. So, don't forget to subscribe and get more opportunities to practice weekly. Also, click the like button. It helps us to stay alive.
Well, it's getting dark, so we had better get back to our campsite. We'll see you next time. And thanks for watching.